everybody, Sasha here. Today I have Lakna, who recently graduated as a yoga teacher, and she's here to answer my questions. So, why don't you introduce yourself?
All right, thanks, Ash. So yeah, I'm Lakna. I am actually a career banker. My yoga journey started, the proper it started about a year ago. Before that, I was heavily into Pilates. I was consistently practicing Pilates for about 5 years. And then I got so much into it, so much so I went on to become an instructor and I taught for a year with another yoga studio, sorry, Pilates studio. Yeah, so that was my passion. I was doing that about 4 to 5 times a week and I was loving it. But then somehow it so happened that something happened and I decided that I want to try yoga. So that's when I saw Miras's ad for yoga beginner certification program beginning 2024. So I signed up for that, and that was a 6 month course, and rest is history.
Yes, and I actually saw you during this course, I think.
When you came for
No,
80s.
when I was doing my yoga teacher training and I was assistant teaching, you were in the class. So this is how I met Lakna actually at Myra's in Colombo. And that was actually my question. How did you get into yoga?
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I was doing Pilates for a long time. See, Pilates foundations are also in yoga. It's a much recent practice. It started with World War rehabilitation of soldiers, but the fundamentals are based on yoga. So you focus on your breathing and your flexibility and also strength and many other aspects, the alignments and everything. But I think what sets yoga and Pilates apart is the spiritual aspect. In Pilates, we don't talk about the spiritual growth and trying to, be one with your mind and your body. So I suppose what happened was I was in a place in my life that I needed a change. Before I came for beginner certification, I thought yoga was only asanas. That's what we know. Then soon I realized that yoga has so much, the breath work, the meditation, the yamas, niyamas, all of that. That was such a revelation.
It's like a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. Absolutely. It is a lifestyle.
And now that you have been quite long time, what makes you keep practicing yoga? Is it habit already, you think, or do you get inspired still by something or someone?
I think it's a bit of both. I must tell you, I'm as active as I am, I can be very lazy. I have improved a lot.
Welcome to the club.
A lot of people look at me and they think that I work out like 7 days a week, but well, I try to, but um, it's more than a habit. It's about I am drawn to practicing yoga because of how I'm feeling, because it feels good afterwards. And if I'm feeling overwhelmed, I mean, I have another job and I have a life outside of yoga and things, get difficult. And sometimes even just, you're fatigued, you're tired and, life happens. So when you get on the mat and move your body a little bit, you feel very, very good. You feel like, how do I say that? You feel calm, you feel relaxed, and you find a way to detach yourself from whatever you're feeling. So it's a good way to take a step back from whatever difficulty or hardship that you might be going through. So that makes me come back and practice. And of course, the aesthetic aspects of, doing these beautiful yoga poses, it makes you feel really good. It gives you a huge confidence boost. When you're finally able to, I remember the first day that I was able to do my headstand. That was such a happy day for me because, like, everybody is thinking, oh my God, when can I do my headstand? And all kinds of these beautiful poses it gives you. It makes you feel like I can do something. and my body can do something. So that aspect also helps to be consistent with the practice. But more than that, it's how I feel in my mind.
So since you've been Pilates instructor, I guess the first was maybe asanas you went
Mm.
into. And after you realized, oh, there's also pranayama, there's meditation, or maybe you are used to meditation because you're in
Uh,
a country where I guess it's quite common.
yeah, the funny thing is, like you said, I think Sri Lanka must be the country of meditation. But I must tell you, as a Buddhist myself, I had not been into meditation, I can say almost not at all. Uh, During school days, they would force us to do some sort of meditation on 4 days, and there are like religious activities. But other than that, as a practice, I don't remember myself, sitting and meditating. But this meditation practice came when I started the yoga beginners program with Myrex. So that's the beauty of uh, the the program, and also the beauty of yoga is that it makes things simple enough for anybody to do. So, what Dr. Muro, she first introduced the Om meditation with the Rudraksh. So, I was hooked, and I'm someone who had not been into meditation ever. But the moment I started counting those beads and chanting Om, I felt this such a great sense of um, relief and peace. I think the best word to describe how I feel while doing yoga and afterwards, I feel very peaceful and calm.
Yes, I actually, now you said you feel calm and more peaceful, and that's actually one of my next questions is if you noticed some transformation because now you have been practicing for about a year or
Mm.
something. And did you notice that you changed? Any
Huge,
changes? Huge change.
huge
Yeah, can
change.
you describe?
Yeah, I'd love to actually. It's such a huge change that people notice it. So I remember very vividly when I first went on first day of that beginner certification, she asked from everyone, "Why are you here?" Uh, when she asked that question, even there, I was tearing up. I was in such a place. I was tearing up. I was trying to compose myself, and then I said, I want to figure myself out or something to that effect that I'm trying to, grow or go down a spiritual path or something like that. I said something to that effect. But what I remember vividly is that I was very upset. I was sad. I was feeling low. I was always in a low mood. But outwardly, I was always loud and cheerful. So nobody really knew about it. So with yoga, what happened was the asana, pranayama, and also meditation. What happened was, like I said, I started calming myself down. I found it was so much of comfort within myself and peace. And the biggest thing is, I felt so grounded. I didn't feel like people were trying to get me, or I didn't feel affected by the first change that I realized was no matter what happened, I was able to let go. Like earlier, my angry outburst or sadness or whatever, that was a response or a reaction to something that happened. So I think I was the first thing I started noticing was things were not getting to me as much. So then I continued my practice, and mind you, this was not like a deep meditative practice. I was doing my Om chantings mostly, and I was very consistent with my Surya Namaskara and other practices. So I noticed that things were not getting to me as much, and I was feeling more and more grounded. And then after a while, people started noticing, and they said, you look very calm, you look very happy, and yeah, now that even after I started doing my yoga teacher training, a lot of people say like, you look, there's something about you. Your skin looks so clear. So that's the kind of things that people from outside started noticing. So internally, even now, like right now, 1 year after I started my journey, the, the, the best thing that I can say is that I feel really content with myself and happy.
But do you think people know enough because of the benefits, as you said, like now people are noticing, and sometimes it happens like people when they see us that we change in a certain positive way, they also get into, they start to ask like, what did you do? Or how do you
Mm.
do that? And they might also come and start practicing. But do you feel like people know enough about the benefits, or do we need to talk more?
I think the short answer is I don't think people know. Because, see, I myself didn't know that yoga was beyond asanas. So, what I myself thought was that yoga was this beautiful asanas about flexibility, where if you can, lift your leg up this way, that way, you can do a back bend. So, that's what uh, even I was thinking. Even to this day, a lot of people they don't know that yoga has 8 limbs. So that's the beauty of it, and also it's such a waste. This is we are in Sri Lanka, and we have so many yoga teachers, and and it's a Buddhist country also, and then yoga has a lot of parallels from Buddhism. So even then, people don't know about yoga much. So that's why I think it's very important that we talk about it and educate people. So the other thing is now, like I said, people ask me, okay, there's something very different about you. What are you doing? So even if I describe to them, I think a lot of people they are okay. They're like, okay, that's nice.
That's it.
That's it. But I don't think a lot of people these days have the patience to go through that process of dedicating themselves to getting through that. They
Yeah.
want a quick fix.
The other thing I was thinking that people are coming when they get sick, and then maybe the doctor is going to say, "Oh, why don't you start practicing yoga?" Because they already know the benefits. And then people, when they're sick, when it's like if you have a toothache, then you go to the dentist, right?
Yes,
In the same way, then you turn into yoga. And
that's
I'm
that's
like,
that's
why
correct.
need to wait? You know,
Yeah. So that's I think as a at least Sri Lankans, I think we are a we are so good at
it's everywhere.
we're so good at looking for a cure than trying to avoid it before it happens. So yeah, I actually yeah when I tell people that I do yoga and I do it this many times a week, and then I other than that, no, it's not just yoga. So like I said, when people notice something about me, and then they ask what you're doing, and then I say, okay, I do practice yoga, but it's not only poses. You have to be conscious of what you eat, what you drink.
Then they get scared.
Then then they're like, okay, I don't want to give up alcohol. I don't want to. You don't have to completely give up. It's about having some control over your
Or maybe you don't even
vices.
need that much if you
Yes,
feel content or happy
exactly.
inside.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so that's the thing. People firstly people don't know, and then most of the people, even if they get to know that you can improve your life through yoga, they don't want to commit to that whole process of consistently uh, committing to that practice, and trying to see that incremental improvement. They want like a quick fix quickly. You want, like, if you hit the gym or take a supplement, and then you start bulking up. But yoga is not like that, because it works with your mind. So I think the whole concept of yoga is to slow down and be
Be
one with your
mindful.
mind.
Good luck in the future as a new yoga teacher.
Thank you.